Special thanks to Luke Mooney and Amalia Lotharius for supporting this podcast. If you want to support us too, click on the link in the description or go to patreon.com/outontop.
What's going on, guys? Today we're back for another episode of Out on Top. Today I am your host, Jay, and you guys can introduce yourselves.
Emma.
What up? I'm Zane.
Kenneth.
Jay, what time is it?
It they don't have to know.
It might
I'm not Jacob. I'm not Jacob. Jacob discloses that information.
Hour after 9.
Yeah. Oh, so
Hour
10
after-
p.m.? No way.
No.
That's crazy. Okay. Today we're going to be answering the age-old question.
Is it age-old, though?
It's not really age-old.
It's pretty recent.
Yeah. Like really
Decade
recent.
old.
Like today recent.
Oh, yeah.
Which zombie apocalypse location comes out on top? Yeah.
This is pretty fitting because I'm sick, and honestly, everybody's sick in this friend group.
Kenneth's faking it, bro.
I might be patient zero with this. Who knows?
You're faking it, bro.
No, I think
Well, how
Jacob's
would
patient
Kenneth is
zero
not
because Jacob
actually
was
sick.
sick, and now you're sick, and now Allie's
I feel
sick,
like I was
and
sick
now I
first.
may be getting sick.
So
And Will was dying yesterday.
damn.
Kenneth gets a runny nose and calls it sick, though. He ain't actually sick. He's fine.
Bro.
He's just using it as an
was
excuse
coughing
to
up
order
blood.
me around.
You know
Look,
what?
you didn't see me in the ER earlier today.
You weren't in the ER. You were with me all day. You were in bed, bro.
You know what
Snoozing.
I noticed? Like Zane,
That's
whenever
hard.
I hit record, he becomes more southern and more loud, which I didn't think was possible.
More southern
It's
and
that,
more
it's that
loud.
Minecraft YouTuber in me.
Minecraft YouTuber.
That southern
Okay.
Minecraft YouTuber.
Okay, are you guys ready?
What was that?
I've never pressed that
I was
before.
just jamming.
You closed your eyes. You were like,
I was just feeling the
Just
music.
feeling the music.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one we have is mall versus park.
This is so easy. It's
Park.
mall.
What?
Okay, wait. I don't.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
on
I
the-
know
I'm on the
Emma's
fence
reason
about
for-
this because park is like. Oh wait, okay.
Oh my
So
God.
where is this park? First
Okay,
of all,
park is like a regular playground.
Okay, I have something to say. It's going to shut down this whole argument, but I'll let y'all talk because it's that mind-blowing. Like,
It-
it's so obviously mall.
It's
But I'll hold-
yeah.
I would
yeah
hold.
I'm
okay,
team
but
mall.
where is this park? Like, is this like a?
It's
like,
like
is this
like
in the middle
regular,
of a city,
like-
or is it like in the wild?
What park is in the wild?
in the wild?
National
Like-
parks? Are you kidding me?
No, it's like a playground. It's like in a suburb, like in a neighborhood,
so like the
that.
little ass park.
Yes.
I'm thinking like Central Park, like big parks.
Oh,
like,
you're thinking
like
big.
city
Yeah, I'm
park.
thinking
no
of
matter.
bigger park.
Okay,
Even-
fine, both. You can
I was
just
thinking
put
like
park in
open
both.
field.
Oh,
Okay.
Field.
okay. Just
It's the prairie. That's a park.
You want me to shut down this whole argument right now?
Shut it down.
No, I want Emma to just
Okay,
explain her
Emma,
insanity.
please explain park because I'm so confused.
It would give you the best opportunity to fight the zombies, and I want to fight the zombies.
There we go.
I think I could beat them.
You could not, but
I
okay.
think I could beat them.
Okay,
Emma's
to be
Delulu.
fair, population is a big factor in this. Like, we were all talking about like where would we live, like urban, suburban, or rural. And most of the time, like we stayed away from urban, just because like there would be more zombies because there's more people. And parks compared to malls would have way less people.
But are we talking about the beginning of the outbreak, or are we talking about like when? I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say.
Like,
Are we talking about the beginning of the outbreak, or has the outbreak happened and now you're trying to find a home base?
The outbreak happened.
so
Okay.
yeah,
Like
the
how
outbreak happened.
far
Also-
out are we from the
Also,
outbreak?
for the audience,
I
the
think well
rules
underway.
for the audience, the rules of this episode are that like you can be with other people, but like we're assuming that you have to do everything yourself. So it's not like you have to fight, you have to get your food, you have to find safe places to live. It's not like split up among a group. You have to do everything for yourself.
Like the guy who plays Ron in The Last of Us.
Yes, the guy who plays Ron, the guy who is Ron in Parks and Rec. No, Nick Offerman. Nick
Nick
Offerman
Offerman
in The Last of Us.
Can I just shut down this whole debate right
Shut
now?
down.
Yes.
Okay. Where the hell are you gonna sleep in a park? Tell me.
Bench.
Perfect.
Just
That'll
out in
protect
the
me-
open.
That'll protect me from the zombies.
No,
I
you
don't-
can't even sleep on benches no more.
I don't even need to get into things like a food court having food, like the amount of like just items you'd have in a mall, even like entertainment value stuff. Even if you need that, like
That's true.
in the park, there's nothing defending you. You're just out in the open. If you want to fight the zombies, you want to be a crazy person, sure, go die. Like Emma's
Don't
Emma's the
die,
type of
that's
person
dark.
who would like
That's
get
dark.
bit and hide it and be like, I'm fine,
No,
I'm okay, and then she'd infect us all. Like
I don't need protection from the zombies.
I feel like
The
that's you,
zombies
if anyone.
need
Okay.
protection from me.
I wouldn't
Okay.
cap.
I feel like no, I'm built for. You'd be like, no, I'm built for this, and then just turn into a zombie immediately.
I would survive, for sure.
I
I
really
would survive
don't think you
longer.
would.
I
Being
would,
you.
and I would tell the truth about my. Actually, what I would do, I'd be like, guys, I got bit. I'm going solo.
Okay, but who
Peace.
here would survive the longest in a zombie apocalypse?
You,
Me,
but
Jay's meat riding. You glazing.
You beat riding yourself. I
Kenneth.
feel.
He
Kenneth,
Zane,
afraid
you
of the
have
system.
no
Survive
survival.
longer.
You afraid of
skills.
the system?
I think you could survive.
I
just 'cause
survive.
you have
Okay,
more- you
okay,
have more
but how
skills,
does
you
how
have
does that
skills.
apply? How does that apply?
I know the best places. 'cause
Okay,
I
but
survived the
no.
longest.
I
If
feel
Emma
like- I
was
feel
in a
like Emma could make a
no, but
fire.
Emma in a park compared to Zane in a mall, Zane would win.
Okay, well, what about Emma in a mall?
Well, but Emma doesn't want to be in the
Okay,
mall.
okay,
Emma wants to
okay.
be
You
in the
can't-
park.
Even still, in a mall, I would win. for
Actually,
sure.
yeah, Zane would
Okay,
win.
wait, we're getting
Zane
kinda
would
out-
win.
this is
Okay,
after
okay, yeah,
hours.
yeah.
What are
Okay.
you talking about?
And if you want to hear,
Karate isn't gonna get you that far, zombies.
I'm not talking about karate. I'm talking about like outdoorsy
Survival
I have
skills.
outdoor skills too. I'm from Texas.
Let's keep.
That
Okay,
goes.
after hours. After hours. What are we
Okay,
voting? What are we
okay,
voting?
if you want to hear more about this conversation, please go to After Hours, which is at our Patreon, patreon.com/outontop.
Shameful plug. All right.
I do
Okay.
agree that like the mall is the smarter hiding space and the more fun hiding space
Oh, I thought
and
you
the
were gonna
better
say park
hiding
and ride.
space. But like, I'd
Park
want
is
to.
pretty chill.
I'd
No.
want to see what I could do with the park.
Okay,
you know,
why
I'd
don't-
want the challenge.
Why don't we just step out from the mall, go down to the local park, and fight some zombies if that's what you want to do? But we're sleeping in the mall, Emma. I think
Okay,
it's mall.
I'm voting mall.
Where?
I'm voting
I-
mall.
I
where
agree
are
with you
we
on that.
sleeping in the mall though?
You just find a
get
shop.
into that later.
Anywhere.
Kenneth, you know the
What do you mean
shops.
anywhere. I'm not sleeping on the fucking
Kenneth,
Uh,
you know when
Purple
you close a
Mattress store.
shop and it's got like the metal cage door that you like shut and lock.
floor. Yeah.
You shut that, you lock it. Zombies can't get through that. You go to bed. You wake up. You open your door, and you like your door would be the little metal cage thing.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
They
so-
have
Okay,
beds
mall,
in-
Mall.
right?
Mall.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Will, can you
yes.
put up mall?
A mall.
Hallelujah. They have beds in a mall too.
Yeah.
Like you'd have like
No.
a purple mattress.
Oh, you could go to Macy's and like live in the department store.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I'd like that.
You can make a bed full of like
I will
polo
say,
shirts.
I'd rather
from,
live in a
like,
Nordstrom.
A Nordstrom
Yeah.
over a Macy's. Or-
Yeah. Because like they got more fun stuff.
But Macy's.
Macy's has more things.
Yeah.
I try on
What
all
about
the
a
expensive
Sears?
stuff
Okay.
and
Okay.
find it that.
Sears
Okay.
is closed.
I'd eat all the candy bars.
Okay.
Sears isn't a
Oh,
thing
Guys.
anymore.
Okay. Next is grocery store against hospital.
Easy. Grocery store.
Hospital.
Oh.
Hospital.
Hospital. Hospitals have food courts and they have Jello.
Yeah. They have cafeterias.
You went
So
to the hospital
curious.
with me.
But hospital food is
They
like,
offered us food.
Okay, the only thing with grocery stores is that food's gonna run out eventually.
No.
That's tr-
Like
well,
that Mr.
I mean,
Beast
if you get
challenge.
frozen, if
No,
you
no,
get
no,
frozen,
no, no,
Like
no,
that Mr. Beast challenge.
that's true.
You'd have
Yeah,
that's
medical
true.
supplies. in a
Grocery
hospital.
store is going to be a lot more perishable food because it's ingredients that they make to like put together. The mall is going to have a lot more of those raw ingredients. So
Well,
yeah, or I
mall-
mean the grocery store. The grocery store is going to have all those raw ingredients, and yeah, they would go bad eventually. But if you're smart about it, they've done so many studies on this, like of how long you could like survive in a grocery store with the food.
How long
As
is
long
it?
as you're smart about it and you eat like the meats and stuff first, and like the stuff that's going to go bad first, you could last a long ass time.
I
'Cause,
feel like
they have like all the canned sections. They have canned food.
That's
They
true.
have like
the
chips
grocery store is
and
going to be a
whatnot.
target for raids. Like not zombie raids, but other surviving human raids.
well, actually,
like I would rather
that
live
is-
so
in a
would hospitals.
hospital.
Well, yeah, the
They're gonna kill,
hospital
like-
would actually have zombies
However,
in it because
however,
they're
with
all
hospitals,
dead.
with hospitals, you could start trafficking drugs, income, right? Painkillers and shit.
I think like you could. I feel like it's the same argument with park. You can go to the grocery store, but I don't think it would be safe to live in a
Wait.
grocery store because like you're gonna be targets of attacks from other people.
That's a valid
It's
point.
not very
Wait, but
comfortable
actually, no.
either.
But the hospital, while it has beds and food, it would also have like people would go to the hospital with like if they're bit. So like I feel like there would be more zombies at the hospital
You're
than at the
But
grocery
everyone's.
store.
I feel like
But also
okay.
you
But
could
if
get
we're
all the
s-
surgery stuff and get the knives and the scalpel and
How far
also
in are we
with-
though?
yeah. Because I was gonna add on like if we're a bit in, maybe the grocery store is also kind of fucked too. Because
Why?
also it's people are gonna want food, so people are gonna be raiding it all the time for food.
yeah. But I feel like it's easier to close down a grocery store.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Because, like, if you think about it, like a grocery store has at most maybe like 3 entrances if it's like a big one, and there's like 2 front
Yeah.
entrances.
Yeah.
Like, and all you'd have to do is really bar that off. And like, there's like like if we're talking about any like normal grocery store, like I'm thinking Walmart because that's my go-to. Like that has TVs, it has like beds, it has like furniture.
Costco.
It has all that. Yeah.
Costco would
Costco.
be killer. But
Holy
here's my
shit.
thing. If you're in like a grocery store like that, it's really open where hospitals have wings. You don't need to shut down the whole hospital. You can lock down a wing.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah,
and
but
then
then-
you could have
okay.
your little
That's
tiny
true.
wing HQ
But
and you
can't
can
have
leave.
it both
You can
ways. Like you'd have to lock down the food court then. Like you'd have to.
you could leave and go to
Yeah,
the food
it's more-
court.
it's
You could
more
leave
like-
and go to
But
like
that's risky. That's
you
a
can
risk.
It's like cutting off a limb because, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I would say like I'd rather live in like a wing of the hospital and then go out and find my food and stockpile it there where no one's gonna bother me versus living in a place that is a food stores where people are
I
gonna be
get-
bothering me all the
yeah, I
time.
But
get what
even
you
still,
mean.
like if people are coming to grocery stores, like maybe that's a good way to make allies. You know what I'm saying?
But it's also a good way to make enemies.
yeah, because they just kill you and take the whole grocery store.
Exactly.
I would lock down a wing of the hospital and then stockpile
Oh,
in
this
that
is-
I
wing.
do like the security factor.
and
of a
nobody
hospital more
would
than
be
the
able
grocery
to
store.
like find me because
think-
no one would look for me in a random wing of a hospital.
But like grocery stores have airlocks. Like if you think about it, like
Airlocks.
because like when you walk in, there's like that part where there's like the grocery carts, and then there's like another door. So like you could like there's so much to barricade. There's so much just equipment there.
Okay. We have
It
to
is a
decide.
big
So,
supply
what do you
area.
guys want to go
I'm
with?
still grocery store.
I'm hospital.
I'm gonna go grocery store.
Hell yeah,
I feel like hospital, you'd run out of food.
you
so
would. Very
I think
fast.
grocery. The food
yeah, I
aspect,
think it's
it
great.
carries
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Even though they have food courts, it's still not great food.
That
and
is
not
a great
enough.
point, though,
and
about
not
it being
enough.
like a survivor hub.
Okay,
like,
Will,
I think that's gonna knock it out in a couple rounds. But
grocery
at least
store.
in compared to a hospital, like a hospital
Yeah.
would be scary too. It'd be creepy.
That'd
Yeah,
be-
the vibe.
that-
The vibe
that's
is
true.
creepy.
But you like I don't know, I feel like also the thing that gets me is like cleaning supplies. Like that's gonna be hard to find and to be able to keep your
Ooh.
space
in a
clean.
grocery store.
But like, wouldn't there be like
A
uncontaminated?
grocery store
like,
would
diseases,
have
like,
cleaning
just
supplies, but a
rampant?
hospital would be easier to clean because they
That's
make
true.
it.
I
easy
get what
to
you're
clean.
saying.
Yeah, but I'm
there's,
sure
there's
they
a cleaning section though.
Yeah.
There's a cleaning
No, but
section, but you
everything's,
have
like,
to
there's
clean
already,
the
like,
grocery
equipment
store.
and like shit like that. But
Oh, see, I knew it.
whose phone is that?
Okay. Can you take the wide shot?
We just wanted to.
No, he doesn't want the wide shot. He would.
Yeah,
would
just,
rather has
just
bracket.
take that. and
Okay.
move
Can
it.
you write 12? Can you write 1250 in your phone? Yeah, and then
That's my bad. I should export the footage. Just
No,
give me
you're
more
good.
space.
you're good. I didn't either. Yeah.
I don't know what.
And then can you also just make sure two zoom like the close-ups are recording and they're on the right thing. Don't unrecord it, but just like yeah, thank you. Do not unrecord it. Like keep it recorded so that way we don't have to clap. Oh. Put it on the tripod.
Don't do that. Don't do
It's
that,
ASMR.
guys. Please stop. It's so uncomfortable. I don't like that. I can hear you whispering, Kenneth.
Oh, is that good? Okay? Can you make sure? Yeah, thank you. Do
Oh,
we look good? Like, are we in the shot and not block?
Do we look good or do we look like shit?
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Can you write?
Oh, you know what would have been a fun one? A zoo.
No,
Oh.
that would not. have
Can you
been
write
fun.
15?
Guys, source.
Okay.
You should clap
We're gonna
again.
wait 10 seconds. Okay, and then we're moving on from here.
Zane,
Okay.
good source of food. Zoo.
Mm-hmm. Be eating good. Get that exotic cuisine.
Okay, so grocery store wins.
Yep,
Grocery
grocery
store
store
wins. Ready,
Okay,
Ron?
now we're gonna move on to movie theater versus airport.
Airport all the way.
Airport for sure.
Yeah.
I think all the arguments that apply for hospital also apply for airport. You can shut
Mhm.
down a gate.
That's true.
Just go on a plane. Just go on a plane.
Low
You can
key.
live
You're not gonna
in-
magically learn how to
Honestly,
fly a
low
plane.
key.
No,
No,
but you
you
just
can live
stay
in the
in
first-
the plane.
Imagine living in the first class, like
Who
you're in
would
this.
want to live in a plane though?
I would,
I
live
would
in a
live
plane.
in a plane.
You got a plane with a
Over
TV
time,
in it.
You could take out all the
That's a
seats
bunch of
and like
movies.
make a house
Okay,
in the plane.
I agree with airport, but like I think y'all are arguing it for the wrong reasons. Like living in a plane would not be the play there.
Well,
No,
also
but you can
movie
retrieve
theater.
it.
Movie theater is very unhealthy foods, and
A lot
It's
of
out in the
yeah,
open.
your food's not gonna last.
yeah, the
There's
food,
no-
and also there's no weapons for you. You can't defend yourself with anything.
You can't bet
Airports
on
have
electricity
kiosks
either.
and all of these
Oh,
other
yeah.
things.
Like
Yeah.
you can't bet on electricity, so you might not have like.
That's true.
You know what the play would be? The play would be to like hole up in like the air tower, like the you know.
Oh,
you know, like,
yeah, the
Oh.
traffic control
Yeah.
tower. Yeah.
Because
the
then
air
you'd have
traffic
like
control
you'd have
tower.
like so much sight over everything.
Yeah.
But
You would
if
have to get food.
If
from
you got stuck
outside,
there, that
but
would suck. But you could just take a parachute from one of the planes.
They're not
jump
gonna be
off-
up there.
No,
Oh,
from
oh,
one
I
of
get
the
what you're
planes,
saying, I get what
and then
you're
just
saying.
jump off.
You would have to make sure you have
That'd be
good
gangsta.
supplies of food and like ample weapons.
yeah.
That's like a hauling out. Type
But
of
if you
vibe.
could set up booby traps around it, like
Yeah.
that you know how to disarm and stuff, and like gates and things,
Yeah.
like over time build up your base.
TSA
Also,
steal their
too,
weapons.
There's
Yeah.
radios and stuff too. Like
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could radio for help
Yeah.
if you
radio
needed
for
it.
help if
That's
you really
true.
need to.
And you can listen in on other people that are radioing, so you
Yeah.
know who's
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
alive.
Yeah,
And-
that's the information central in this.
Yeah.
in
There's
this
also like
Yeah.
natural like gates around like the
Situation.
runways and
Yeah.
stuff that would help. The airport could go far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Airport's really
Shut
good.
down
Okay,
that
well-
terminal. Like,
well,
Low
airport.
key.
Zane, do you want to raise your thing?
Yeah, sure.
okay, if you were in an airport though, which plane would you go on? Like, we'll go in
I would go
Plane?
in like.
like to live.
One of like the
I-
international flights.
I wouldn't
'cause
go on a
those
Boeing.
ones are big as hell.
Honestly,
No,
I love.
Boeing.
Someone would fall off and the
Spirit?
zombies would come in.
Wait, what if there's zombies in the plane?
I would. Well, but I would just
You would
have a
have to.
weapon.
That's
You'd have to
unlikely.
get rid of the zombies in the plane. I feel
Okay,
like in
yeah.
any of these places, we have to.
You'd have to
um,
clear it out.
Yeah, we have to
Yeah.
add
Are
in the
we-
factor that they'd all have to be cleared out.
Are we
Okay, yeah.
assuming? Are we assuming that electricity's on?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
No,
No.
I don't think so. I think
Well,
we should
then the
assume that.
airplane would suck.
Oh.
I think we should assume that electricity is like
Okay.
spotty.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
okay.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
move on.
Well, that would have been a great argument for the
Like, you can,
the
like-
hospital because the hospital has like
You can have
insured
That-
electricity.
But but that'd
No.
be scary.
Well, like a backup generator.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we can assume that we can get a generator from Home Depot, but fuel is like something we have
Okay.
to keep supplying.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're on amusement park versus hotel.
Hotel.
Amusement park.
Hotel.
Amusement park, dog.
It's easier to
Guys,
hide in
there's
a
so
hotel.
many food courts in amusement parks.
There are restaurants in the hotel. You have the mini bar in every single
it's not
room.
as
If you
expensive
get
as
a
an
big
amusement park.
hotel,
Amusement park is so much land.
I gotta go.
Hotel?
I'm gonna go amusement park.
But
Wait,
you,
actually-
you can't. There'd be nowhere really. Like it'd be harder to hide. Hotel, you can barricade a room, and you can have a room as your home base.
What do you mean? Go into
But,
one
like-
of the
You
attractions.
could even barricade
Like
a floor and have a whole floor.
But a hotel, you're very like stuck.
okay,
Yeah,
but
like-
also
But
where do you
also an
sleep?
amusement park.
Where do you sleep?
No.
In the
Amusement
amusement
park
park.
is way more expensive.
I mean, you're
Bedlands?
not gonna sleep as well as you would in a hotel. Most
No, but
likely.
where are you? Because you're out in the open, and it's not like you can control any of the rides.
There's not as much shelter. Like if it rains, like you'd have a very slim amount of places you can go
Okay,
to
I'm
hide
thinking of
from
like
it.
Six Flags for my amusement
Yeah,
park.
me too.
I've never been to
Okay,
Six Flags.
okay, but
Think of
like
any amusement park. It doesn't really matter.
no, but
Yeah.
okay,
The ones
like
I'm
at
thinking of
Six
don't
Flags.
have buildings. Like it's just rides.
yeah, no, they don't have buildings at
What
Six
about like
Flags.
Disney World though? Like if you thought about
Yeah.
like Disney World, that's pretty universal
Okay.
or
Like
universal.
Universal Studios. Like, come on. They have like you could just
Oh,
go
yeah,
into
they've got
Hogwarts.
buildings.
Okay,
but,
but the problem with like rides, like what are rides gonna actually help you with? Because you can't like.
It's not
see
about
on
more
the-
so the rides. I just think there'd be more food in an amusement park than there would be
Yeah.
in a hotel.
But the hotel, like
hotels have
a ho-
kitchens.
yeah, hotels have restaurants.
yeah,
there's
but
room
that's
They
just
have
like
stocked
that's like raw
pantries.
ingredients. And if we're talking about like electricity and stuff, you're not gonna really have that kind
No,
of
no, no,
It's
they have
it's
stocked
it's
pantries.
I feel like it's too like
Stocked
It's too
pantries?
compartmentalized.
They have
Also-
like
You know what I'm
huge
saying?
walk-in freezers and like pantries and like they're making food for a lot of people.
But there's
all
also
the
a lot
time.
of restaurants in amusement
Yeah,
parks.
but they're
That's true.
unhealthy foods. You're not gonna live a long time.
I'm sure you'd burn enough calories in a zombie apocalypse. I don't think we got to worry about calories.
We're
but,
not
like-
talking about calories. We're talking about like
unhealthy food. Yeah,
like
I get what you're
nutrition.
saying.
Like you're gonna be
Yeah.
able to move faster if you're eating like fruits and
You
veggies
can't
than
be
if you're eating
healthy
like French
at
fries.
an amusement park.
Like French fries aren't gonna help you, Kenneth. I can hear you gulping.
He tried to put
He
his
doesn't
hand,
know what to
he
do.
tried to put his hand over like that would help. I don't know, dude.
Also, I feel like in amusement parks, there's more like nooks and crannies for like if you think of a hotel, hotels are usually they're like grid systems, But
Yeah.
theme parks are like windy, so like there's more places for a zombie to hide than in a hotel. In a hotel, you can look down a
Yeah.
hallway and see if it's clear, but you can't always do
That's
that
so
in an amusement
true.
park.
Okay.
Well, no, because hallways have a bunch of doors
I will say,
along it.
Yeah, can the zombies open doors? They can break through doors, but wouldn't you hear them?
some zombies
Yeah.
can, some zombies
I feel
can't. It
like,
depends, like,
if
what,
the-
like.
I mean, like, what if?
Well,
Well,
but
but then you
down
could
the
put a
hall are
bed
open?
to blockade the door. You
But,
could
like-
get,
Listen, I just don't think a hospital like it has.
It's not a
food.
hospital, it's a hotel.
I'm sorry, hotel. A hotel has it has the kitchen. It has like maybe 2 or 3 restaurants, and it has like beds. It has all that. But I just think a amusement park is so dynamic.
I think in either
know what I mean?
one, you would have to stockpile food and you'd have to go out and fight for some food. But I think I think the hotel has better security than the
Yeah.
amusement park. You can lock down a floor. You can make
have
sure
cameras.
it's good. You've got security. Well,
Oh,
amusement parks have
yeah.
security
Well,
cameras too.
But like it would be easier to see. I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like the
you've got
quality
that
would be a lot
clean
better.
fluorescent
you could
lighting.
see a lot more.
Imagine
Yeah.
night in an amusement park.
That'd be scary.
If you can't set up a generator to like all the
Okay,
buildings,
okay,
the
okay.
lights would just be out. and you
Yeah.
have, like,
I will
winding
say,
roads.
the first couple of days of an amusement park in a zombie
be fun
apocalypse
as
would be
hell.
so fun.
That's kind of why
But
I chose
after
it. just
that,
like,
after
It
you
would be
lose
horrible.
after you lose
last
electricity,
man on Earth, and you're in an amusement park. I'm going on all the rides.
You can
Okay.
still
No, but-
travel
but
to
how
an
do you-
amusement park. I just wouldn't
Oh,
live
yeah,
there.
these
you can't
Yeah.
start the ride. You can't start the ride.
and I can't get off.
I think if you're just
no, you can't. No,
I'm on
'cause
the
you-
Lex Luthor drop, and I'm just going up and down.
Okay, I think I.
yeah, I'm team
I'm
hotel.
I'm hotel.
Yeah, hotel.
You made a good argument.
Well,
Rhetoric.
Good rhetoric.
look at him
Good
go.
rhetoric.
He looks
Alright.
like.
What does he look like?
I mean, I can just think of the
Looks like a
dragon.
zombie.
He looks like the dragon.
He looks like the track.
The fat dragon from How to Train Your Dragon. For those of you confused.
Call back.
Jacob put a
Call
picture up
back.
now. Sorry, Will. This is a recurring joke.
We love you, Will.
Alright.
Okay, next we have prison versus stadium. Ooh.
Who actually wants to live in a prison?
But that.
They are also what I will give prison. It would be super.
Okay.
It would be super creepy, but you could like, if like some people tried to attack you, and you like played your cards right, you could like lock them in a place, or if like it's the same as the hotel, it's on a grid system, so it'd be easier to see just looking straight on. Like
But-
it's more straightforward.
But wait. What if the stadium is the link?
Is what?
Is the what?
Oh, the Link does have a jail. So
The
you could
link
lock
has a
people in
jail
there.
because Eagles fans are
Okay,
insane.
but okay.
What?
Think about it.
So
We don't use it that much anymore.
Eagles
A
fans are
jail
insane.
inside the stadium?
I
I'm-
don't think it's in use anymore.
I'm team prison for like one specific reason.
Guns.
Sure.
Oh,
How-
Guns,
there aren't-
security,
oh, well.
Yeah,
weapons,
yeah.
Well,
whatnot.
how-
but that wasn't the
how-
reason. Think about it. In a stadium, there's so many different entrances and exits. Like there is no way you're holding that thing down by yourself. You need
That's
a
true.
team of like trusted people to hold that thing
But
down.
Also,
I just
if
locked
there's-
down an area by myself.
But like if there's a
That'd
zombie
be a lot easier to do in a prison.
and you're
though.
walking through like the stadiums things, it can like reach through it can reach through the chairs to grab you and then like bite you in the leg or something. Like
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
okay,
There's
what
so
I'm
many
thinking
holes for
is
them to crawl
you're
through.
in a suite, right? I'm thinking of SoFi right now. You're in a suite, and you have so you lock that
I didn't
down.
even think about
Also,
suites.
also you have so much food around you.
aren't suites
Do
open?
you have
Are
so
suites
much-
open?
You have like
you can lock the
most
suite.
of the food you're gonna
It's
find in a
food
stadium
courts.
though is gonna be like popcorn.
You'll be
Yeah,
eating
but what
chicken-
food?
you'll be
What
eating
food are you
chicken
gonna find in
tenders all
prison?
day?
What food?
Probably
are you
more
There's a
nutritious
cafeteria.
stuff.
I
don't
Yeah,
think
there's a
so.
cafeteria.
I'm sure they'd have canned goods.
They also have like
Yeah.
okay, a prison would suck to live in, but that's mostly because like you'll be living with criminals, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're
Right.
not if you take the criminals out of it, like a prison's actually not a bad place to live. There's
It's just you
beds,
can't-
I
there's
feel
a
like it
gym.
depends on
It's
the
just you
prison.
don't wanna live
also,
there. It
like
does.
if you're with like
You wanna live-
murderers, you
wait.
wouldn't want to be there.
Wait.
But like if you're with any other type of prisoner, I feel like you'd be
But
fine.
like prisons are
Yeah.
built for security and to like
That's true.
keep things like
They'd
out
already have
and keep
fences
things
in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
prisons are to security as grocery stores are with food.
Okay. I'm
That's
team
like-
prison.
I'm team
I'm
prison
team
as
prison.
well.
Prison.
Prison too.
Okay. Cool.
Also, do
That's
suites
a
or
good-
do the boxes have like windows or are they?
Well,
air?
SoFi
only
is
see into the
SoFi's
stadium.
open. SoFi's open. Actually,
So it'd be hard
if
to
a
lock
zombie
down.
could get into one box, they could definitely climb over to the other.
Also, wait. Do cops or guards live in prison?
They don't live there, but they've got like
Yeah.
security.
No, yeah.
They've got like offices.
Oh, because I was about to be like. I'll
Also,
just live in the
stadium. I'm
prison
thinking
school
of those
or
Mr. Beast.
guards
Do you
quarters.
remember that Mr. Beast tag challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they
They're
stayed in there
so
for a
big. I'm
while.
I'm thinking of that Minecraft prison.
I'm thinking of the Minecraft person too.
Yeah.
The like
Jerome SF1.
trying to where you try to escape and then there's a guard that tries to keep you in.
That was such
Yeah.
an.
When you have to get to the ship. You know what I'm talking about?
That'd be
no, like you just have to get outside
Okay.
and then somebody's
nostalgic
trying to keep you in.
Minecraft series. That should be an episode.
It's like
just putting that
tag,
out there.
but-
Let's move on.
Skyblock.
Okay. We're going school, which could be like from anywhere from an elementary school to
I think for the sake of
university.
this, let's think of our high schools.
Okay, high
Okay,
school,
school,
and then
yeah.
museum.
You could live in a school.
Or do we want to think of LMU?
I'm
'Cause
just thinking
we
of
all
that
know
in the
LMU.
museum. I just want.
I think high school-
Museums
Well-
are so open and there's so many small places.
High school.
Okay.
But imagine killing a zombie with like a Tyrannosaurus Rex femur. Like that's fucking badass.
But like, like
no,
schools
but
also have security offices where they'd have like
Eating school food.
I mean, the police officer at my school had a gun. So if the gun
Yeah.
was just there, I would have a gun.
they'd
on
at
me.
least have tasers.
Yeah, this is America school we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like the American high schools,
Gosh,
you would
Kenneth.
the like lowest form of security, you'd at least have tasers.
I also think museum would be creepy, like Night at the Museum, but like in a horror movie. Like that'd be
What
scary.
museum are we thinking of? 'Cause,
Also,
like, there's
the
those
security
run-of-the-mill
cameras-
ones.
Museums could have guns.
I'm thinking of like Luigi's. No, not
Luigi's
it's not.
Museum.
No, I was thinking Luigi's made. I'm thinking more like Night at the Museum kind of
Okay,
museum.
okay.
Yeah.
Schools are built like prisons too. Like they've got their barbed wire fences around, and they got their like brick, and then they've got
You
their
got like a
security
ton of
cameras.
desks, like a ton of barricading material.
That's
You
True.
could pull like a Home Alone though and set up a bunch of traps in a museum.
And you could
But that'd be so much harder.
what is it? Block off places like hole yourself in like a hospital too.
like
Just,
in a
the
school or in a
bungalows
museum.
In a school.
I feel like school's the way to go because it would
Yeah.
have greater security measures, and the
Yeah.
doors are there's less entrances. I feel like
It's like a prison.
Also, I'm
it
thinking,
is. They're built like prisons.
I'm thinking of like my Texas high school too. Like they'd still have like a gym. They would still have like
Yeah, my
basketball
school has a
courts.
gym.
They would have.
Did you guys
like,
have barbed wire around your school?
No, that's
No.
way too far.
Emma?
Okay, well if we're thinking of Philly school barbed
Okay,
wire.
no, my school, I should put in there, they got rid of the barbed wire by the time I got there, but they had it. And, like, there are schools in our area that had, like, the barbed wire fences. So, like, if you've got a good barbed wire fence school, that's basically a prison. Like, it's got its fenced perimeter,
but
it's got its
museum-
security
Wow, that's so-
cameras,
Okay,
it's got
it's
its
so
security
boring.
office.
but then
office.
also schools have a lot of entrances. Museums
Museums
don't
have a lot of entrances
I don't
because you
think
need
so.
Not as many.
The school. My school had 20.
20.
They had
20?
15 to 20. They had a lot
But
of.
they're also
Fine.
all airlocks and they're all locked. Like there's only one entrance you can
Yeah,
get
they're-
into.
Mines weren't airlocked. They were
Yeah,
just
but
doors
Ours locked
and fence
automatically.
gates.
Every classroom door also locked automatically. So, like, all you would have to do, like, yeah, there's a lot of entrances, but all you would have to do is stay in the security office and the door would lock automatically, and then you can watch every single classroom and hallway.
If you didn't say
That's
school,
true.
I would think you were talking about a prison. Doors lock automatically.
I
And
think
also-
I think both these are just really bad places to
Oh,
live.
they're bad places,
They're
but I feel
bad?
like
I
a
think they're
school,
pretty
School,
good.
I think school is better than museum.
School
though.
would
School's
have
better
food.
than the museum, but
School would
they're
have
School-
food.
School would have better food than
Yeah.
a museum.
Yeah,
yeah.
museum.
I think I'm team school, but
Museum.
not because I like
You just like-
living in a school. I would not. That would not be my first place to live.
Unless you live in an aquarium.
But I'm team school.
free fish.
But, like, you
The fish would die, Kenneth.
You could eat the
You eat the
fish.
fish.
You wouldn't be able to support that many fish. Like it would last you for a little bit, but like where are you gonna cook them?
That's true.
That's true. Okay, school.
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 Okay,
Scowl.
school.
Oh God.
Okay, so we're not gonna. I forgot to talk about movie theater and how Zane says it.
How does
Theater-
Zane say
theater.
movie theater?
Hop off.
It's
We're past
theater.
that.
Theater.
Theater.
I just got reminded because Emma says museum wrong.
Museum.
Museum.
What the hell?
Museum.
Museum.
There's no A in there.
Museum.
Just Will's reaction. Museum.
I would like to point out some people will like go, "Oh man, Philly." It's like not. That's just me. I feel like I need to put that disclaimer out there.
So you're stupid.
I'm stupid. I say it wrong.
Okay.
Don't go blaming other people for my mistakes.
Okay.
Okay. Next we have house versus police station.
Police station.
Police station.
Police
Like I
station.
don't know what kind of house is.
Okay, house you could do like a Home Alone situation. Like
Again, so much work.
police station.
Police. You got guns. You
You got the
You have
barbed wire.
weapons.
Okay,
you
okay,
have,
okay,
you have,
okay.
you have holding cells.
And you got a car.
You have weapons.
Guaranteed police car.
You have so many cars.
Okay, okay,
You
but
have multiple cars.
y'all aren't
one
thinking
car.
about this. Y'all aren't thinking about this. Like think about you could get like any house pretty much. All houses are now on the market.
That's true.
You could literally get like a mega mansion up in Beverly Hills.
But a mega mansion would be so hard to secure.
That's no, but they probably
Yeah,
have.
they're probably all made of glass, like the really
They
modern
they
design.
probably have
Not necessarily.
security measures. They probably have
That's
cameras
true.
in every room. They
But the
probably have
security
all of these things.
like the security measures are probably set up for multiple people to be patrolling at once. Whereas
Wait,
in a
wait.
police officer, I think one person
Oh.
could do it, but I think it'd be harder to do it without a team at a mansion.
in teams of like in terms of comfort and like also, I'm gonna be honest. You go to just about any house in Texas, you're gonna find guns. So if y'all
Same
are
with
only
Pennsylvania.
if y'all are
Yeah.
only on team like police station for the weapons,
You could definitely find like
you
a
could-
good like
Honestly,
gun collection.
you'll find a good gun collection
in
some
most
houses.
states.
Take any southern house, they're pretty similar to a police station already.
But I
Are we
feel
saying
like
that we're-
zombies can be.
That is a crazy statement.
Zombies
not
can
wrong,
be
though.
more elusive.
you got trucks, you got guns. And
Are we saying we're in
You got
California
security cameras.
when the thing breaks out?
Should we?
Sure.
We're at elevator.
Because you could go to some places in California and still get the guns, but I feel like the houses are close together and they're harder to secure
Yeah.
unless you went up to like.
Yeah, I feel like a police station is just easier to manage.
They're easier to find
That's
too. Like
true.
if we were
And-
right here
yeah,
and a
and,
zombie
like-
Easier to
apocalypse
find than a
broke out.
house.
There's also less places for zombies to hide.
Can I like if
They
we
can
were
be more elusive in a house.
to your point? If we were right here when the zombie apocalypse broke out, we would have to go travel to get to a mansion, and we'd have to hope
We'd
that the
also have
people,
to travel to a police.
the
Well, I'm saying,
celebrities
like,
in the mansion
any
aren't already
house,
using
right?
the mansion. You know what I mean? Like we'd
I
have to
think
get
it-
an empty mansion, and if the mansion already has security, they might be better equipped to
I
survive
don't
the zombies.
think I don't think
Yeah.
it'd be that hard to find an empty house though. Like
Not an empty house, an empty mansion. I think if you've already got security measures in place, it's gonna be well easier to keep them.
okay. If
House
you
is
examine it
more
from like if
well-rounded,
we're right
though.
here, right? Yeah, maybe like a house, like an ideal house would be bad. But if you could find that ideal house, I'd argue that like that's better than a police station.
But I'd say finding an ideal house and then finding an ideal police station, the police station would be much
police
easier
station
to
would definitely be
find.
more
also, how are you
consistent.
gonna
I can
get
concede
into
to
the
that.
ideal house?
Because if they got
How-
all
That's
that,
not that hard.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
break
but
the
if you
window.
can break the window, so can the zombie.
You'd board it up afterwards. Like you know, like
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can break.
To be
in
fair, a
another
house,
window.
getting a house would be way easier than a police station, I feel.
but I feel like also for the houses that are really well secured, the people that are already living in them would have survived that long. You know?
also
yeah, I
okay.
get what you
Hold
mean.
on. The access to guns in a police station would be way harder to get to, I think, than like a someone's gun collection in a house. Like they
That's
lock that stuff
true.
up.
But if that
And
person
who-
survived, they would definitely shoot you.
That's true. But like same thing with like, well, maybe not,
Not
police
police.
officers.
It could go
Maybe
both ways.
it depends.
I think
Um,
I would go police station on this, though.
I'm still house.
I think house.
But also, if police officers like rushed out to go defend or like do
did
their
they
jobs.
though? Like
Well, who knows? But if they did, then the police station will be empty. But people aren't gonna rush out of their houses in a zombie apocalypse.
But I think, like, police station, you're guaranteed because. Let's
Like,
just say,
well,
like,
no,
you're
I
not
think we're
guaranteed guns.
assuming
First
that they're
house.
empty.
Wouldn't first responders be more
yeah,
likely to
I think-
leave?
I think we gotta assume these houses are empty. If we're gonna assume the police station's empty, we gotta also assume the house is gonna be empty.
But like, I feel
Because
like
not
it's
every house is
more
gonna be occupied.
relatable that or like more realistic that a police station would be empty than a house because people are gonna go back into their houses
Especially-
to
It depends on
hide.
the. It depends on
But
the house.
police stations,
Well, especially in the house you're describing, they're probably gonna stay in their house.
like it's unrealistic to assume that that
Well,
house would
no.
be more or just as empty
'Cause, like,
as a police station.
What if it's like someone's vacation home? You know what I'm saying? Like there's plenty of empty houses. Like y'all.
I
Like,
get what you say.
like
But I
if you
feel like
go
a
to
house
if you
with
go to
that
the average
level-
home, there's probably gonna be someone in there.
A house with that level of security would probably not be a vacation home.
Yeah,
Unless they're like
I would say it would.
No, I say they would.
Because if you're that rich, like if I'm thinking of like millionaire, billionaire like type mansions, right? Like they're gonna splurge for that extra security
But
no
I
matter
feel
the
like
property.
a millionaire or a billionaire would definitely
Okay,
survive the
okay.
zombie apocalypse before we would.
So what do we? What do
They'd
we
probably
think-
have a
what do we-
bunker.
What are our votes?
I'm saying.
what if they have a bunker? What if they have like
yeah.
a
What if the
cool-
house has a bunker?
But that's a bunch of what ifs, right? Like,
I'm
I feel like
going with
houses are
house.
inconsistent.
I
I'm
think
going with
police
house.
Still team
stations
house.
would be much more consistent, so I'm gonna go police station.
Kenneth.
I think I'd be more comfortable in a house, so I'm going house.
House. Okay. House.
Despite all the
Police
You-
station.
you do make-
Those
you
are
d-
two good options.
You do
Just
make
get
like a
super
good argument,
high
but like
off the
in the
supply.
zombie apocalypse, you're gonna have nothing but time. So like if you don't like the house you end up in, just move to another one. You know?
that's true.
Yeah, but I feel like it'd be much harder to secure, and I'd rather like find a location fast and then build it up than find the ideal location slowly and then not have it built how I want it.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna like after this episode, I'm gonna like look up billionaire houses so that way I know where to go.
Yeah.
If there's a zombie apocalypse.
Just in
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
What if you
I
live in
feel like
Kanye's
it's-
house? Like the really like the sink with no like holes in it.
Okay.
Okay, this is kind
Fi-
of an easy one.
the last fight of round 1. Army base versus gym.
Army
Army
base.
base.
Can we just assume, for the sake of the argument, that the gym is like a fitness center, like something
Yeah,
that like
yeah.
you
Yeah,
have
sure,
on
sure,
campus?
It's not
sure.
what it
It's
is.
army
Even
base.
still, it's military base.
It's army base.
Like
But like,
even like all the arguments for gym, like oh there's showers, oh there's this, oh there's that. An army base would have all of it too,
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
cafeteria.
and like
Yeah.
some of these other places, like a
And
prison,
guns.
a school,
And
even like a
missiles.
hospital would probably have like a gym. Like a gym is kind of like I don't know,
I don't think.
or even like a
No.
house too. Like a house
hospital
could.
would not have
House would have a
gym.
gym. House would
No,
have
like a whatchamacallit? What's
a
it called?
home gym.
No, like what's it called? Like rehabilitation.
Oh, like
Yeah.
for like
Like-
PT.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's not really like. I don't know.
it would
All
have
I
a
see is
means of
I feel like
exercise
PT
for
is
sure.
usually
Yeah.
like an outside clinic. Like you wouldn't go to a hospital for that. You'd
Also,
go to
I
a
know, but
weapon-
like it would have something along the lines. Like obviously, you're not gonna get like the
Yeah.
best workout in, but like you could do something.
Imagine the barricades at the gyms though. Like just all the weight you could stack up on the door.
I feel like you could
Yeah.
raid a gym, but I wouldn't live in a gym.
That's true.
Why would you raid a gym for weights?
Okay.
That'd be crazy.
just coming out with a
Well,
giant
You'd
bar.
have to take like one trip at a time.
But like,
carry
what would you
carry
do
the
with,
5 pounds.
what would you do
each
with all
time?
those weights at the end of the day?
Every 3 weeks, I'd have to go out and like get bigger weights to like up
Yeah.
my workout routine. Because what else am I gonna do during the zombie apocalypse?
We'll probably
than work
survive.
out?
I don't
Do
imagine
some
you have a lot of
progressive
time to
overload
just
during
work
the zombie
out.
apocalypse.
I don't think you'd have a lot of time. To
I
work
think
Yeah.
I would have a glow
I
up
think
in the zombie
living would be
apocalypse.
workout.
I think I'd have a ton of time to work out.
Okay, so army
Okay.
base.
Yeah. So
Army
army
base,
base.
for sure.
Army base.
All right, that concludes round one.
That's round 1, everybody.
World War.
You know what time it is next. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready?
I'm
I'm
so
ready.
ready.
I'm ready.
Are you sure you're ready?
I'm really ready. What if that's the wrong button?
Now I'm scared. Okay.
Round 2.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
that was the right one, that was the right one.
Button. So
Okay.
we know how to do it. We don't need Jacob.
Yeah. Who needs Jacob? Who needs Maybe Jacob's a zombie right now. Okay. So next we have mall versus grocery store.
Okay.
Mall.
Mall.
I'm still team grocery store.
Wait. Okay.
I
well,
think
gotta
I'd
think about this
rather
kinda,
a
honestly.
grocery store than a mall.
Yeah, but a mall has so many different
Because a mall has
restaurants.
all the problems of a grocery store and it's easily rateable. But a grocery store has like food. And if you're thinking of like a Costco, like Costco's are basically
Yeah.
mini malls.
Yeah.
You've got a warehouse. You probably have a van of some sort in that warehouse or like a vehicle of
Does
transportation.
grocery store does
You'd have clothes.
Costco count as a grocery store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like all the food you guys see like in a grocery store doesn't even like account for like all the food that's out back. Like,
Even like a
there's so
Wegmans.
much food.
Even a Wegmans has like those Penn
big.
State jackets in
don't
it.
know.
Like it has clothes.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
You could get okay.
Yeah, what is a
you know Bristol
Wegmans?
Farms.
Yes.
A
Well,
Wegmans is
sort
like
of.
a Bristol Farms. But they'll also sell like Penn State sweatpants and hoodies.
Mm.
At least in the one like
rep university.
yeah, like they'll like even in our Giant, which is like Ralph's, you can find like university spirit wear
Mhm.
and there'll be sweatpants
Okay.
and hoodies.
Yeah.
So like if you really needed to go find clothes, like and you were desperate,
Oh yeah, there's so much clothes in a grocery store too.
a grocery store would have just as like not as many clothes as a mall, not as
Yeah.
many options, but workable clothes.
Sure.
And it has
For
all the
those specific
it has the
grocery stores.
appliance sections like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
fridges.
Dude, the knives.
Have y'all? Have
But
y'all
I
seen
feel
that-
like a
Knives.
mall would have so many more things.
It's more
Hold on.
movable for
Like,
sure
ha-
because there's more levels.
Have
of
y'all
it.
seen that Mr. Beast video where that dude has to like live in a grocery store for as long as possible?
Yeah,
Yeah, we,
yeah,
we
yeah.
watched it at Stookie together.
He
Yeah. So
he
like
kind of went insane. I feel like a mall would.
you're gonna go insane no matter what though.
No, but a mall would have would keep you entertained
That's-
longer.
But you're not gonna
Really.
have time to just like be like browsing around the mall. Like, oh, I'm gonna go down to like the Cinemark part and go watch a movie. Like,
But you can't.
you're not gonna have electricity. You're not gonna have all that stuff. Like,
I
that's
feel
it's
like
gonna be more of an adventure.
If you
than
could
think.
lock down a mall effectively, it would be way more fun than a grocery store. But like think of like the mall near us, right? It has
Right.
different levels and there's no security in between that levels. So be it zombies or people, if you don't
Yeah.
stay on the highest level, other people or zombies can like shoot down at you or jump down at you. Like you're
That's true.
really open.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
being in the
true.
middle of a canyon.
But thinking, okay, my mall back home, it's like huge, and like it's not like up, it's like wide. I don't know how
Wide.
to. Wide. I don't know how to explain it, but like you guys just have to like. I'll show you pictures after.
Low
Be
key,
there, man.
my
Yeah,
mall
you
back
just gotta
home-
be there. But like, no, it's just. There's so many different types of things there. You can definitely lock down. Like at night, what you were saying before, you can just close the store and sleep in there.
But you'd have to stay to like your base couldn't be the mall. Your base would have to be a specific store, and then you'd have to leave your base to go do stuff. But you could definitely make the grocery store the whole thing your base.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And you
true.
could set up like there's TVs, there's consoles, like all that play, like it's like everything that a mall has that's like divided all in like kind of one spot.
Yeah.
And I think it just has more food overall.
Well, but
Also, you'd
isn't
have
that
to
more of a
get-
department store?
You'd
than
have
a
to get like
grocery
a
store?
no. Most
'Cause,
grocery
like,
stores have
Does
more.
Target count as a grocery store?
Yeah.
No,
If it has
No.
groceries.
no.
No.
Target's not a grocery store,
Target's has
but like
groceries.
Walmart's a grocery store. Well,
No, Target's a grocery
Just 'cause
store.
they have
Right,
food in
right. I don't.
Yeah.
We need to. Can you look up what
I
a
don't-
grocery store?
It doesn't feel right to
is?
call Target a grocery store. Like it doesn't feel right to
But,
call
like,
cucumbers fruits.
I call
It doesn't seem like Costco's a grocery store.
Costco is like a most of the things it sells is groceries. It just happens to have like some other sections.
items of food sold in a grocery store.
Can you look up examples
No, that's
of
just
grocery
grocery.
stores?
Okay.
This
Is
is grocery.
Target a grocery store? Yeah, it sells. I don't know. Target is an upscale Walmart.
It's a
Is
general-
Walmart a
It's a
grocery store?
department store.
Yeah. See, it's
I
a
feel like
department.
A
okay,
general
but like
merchandise.
Costco's not a
Can you
department
look up
store.
if Costco's a grocery store?
Costco. Okay.
Okay, yeah, because
Just
I mean
like-
that's the thing. Like grocery store in my mind is mostly food.
Here's
Exactly.
the other thing. Well, even with grocery stores that are mostly food, none of them just have food.
Costco is not a supermarket. It says
I didn't say supermarket.
about
I said
grocery
grocery
store?
store.
rewards. I don't know, it's just-
No,
it's
no.
just yapping.
I
Costco
know.
is
I also
not
feel
considered
like-
a grocery store. It says.
Oh, okay,
I also
so-
feel like,
But like most people, like I think like my definition of grocery store has always been like a place where I get my groceries, and all the places I've ever gotten groceries from, they all have like the toy section, the TV section, the clothes section, like everything.
Not
See,
me,
it's
honestly,
not me.
It's always been mostly
It's
food.
been yeah.
but even if you, so I get my groceries at Giant, right? Even if you go to a Giant, Ralph's, even if you go to Ralph's, there's still gonna be more than just groceries. You're gonna have your paper products. You're gonna have like, there's not gonna be like a clothing aisle, but you could find clothing there.
Not, my
not
Ralph's.
where I
Not
no,
my Ralph's.
not
Okay,
where
okay.
I go.
Giant.
Okay.
But with a mall too, a lot of malls now are like bankrupt or like heading there, right?
Okay, you
So
you didn't have a mall growing up.
I did have
listen,
a mall.
listen.
It was a little
Okay,
bit bankrupt.
I
Am-
think
am
your
I-
mall was Your mall literally was abandoned. It was like
It's
it was
not.
in a zombie apocalypse.
It's not abandoned.
Emma and I's grocery stores aside, right? If you think just purely on like which is gonna have more food and which is gonna be more easy to lock down, it's still grocery
It's
store.
grocery store. It's
Because,
smaller. There's less
Like
exits.
the only food you can probably get from a mall is gonna be from that food court, and like in my experience, food courts are just like like standard fast food chains, right? Those ingredients are gonna go bad so quickly. Like,
If you're
the
not
grocery
in-
store still has that canned food. Do you see canned food in a mall like really ever?
But
I
I think a
I
mall
mean-
has so many more. They have a food court and other places.
But
I
the
think
food court
I think
isn't gonna
I think the
last.
food.
But-
yeah, I think the raw food there, and like, also some grocery stores like have kind of like a gardening section, so you can plant your own stuff.
Not
I mean-
all malls also have like a ton of other stuff. You'd have to find a good mall, and that good mall is most
Yeah, 'cause
likely
sometimes
Malls
they
have
have
more
big.
than grocery stores.
Yeah, but they also have bath bombs and shit. I'm not gonna use that in the apocalypse.
I've never seen a mall with a
You
grocery
know what I'm
store.
saying?
They do
I-
have Barnes and Nobles.
My
You
mall,
wouldn't- you
my
would-
mall
you
back
would
home's
have,
got
like,
a grocery
books.
store.
Okay.
My mall back home's got a grocery store,
Really? Okay.
Okay.
but like it would be so hard to find a ton of other stuff in it. It's basically just the grocery store.
In that case, I would hole up in the grocery store, like make that my base, and then have the mall be like an extension.
it's
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
because
okay.
you have to
Okay,
leave
okay,
the
guys,
But I'm
grocery
still,
store.
I'm still
what's
team
the vote?
grocery.
What's the vote?
I'm
What's
still
the vote?
grocery store.
Grocery
Grocery store.
Grocery store.
God. Okay. Okay. Cool.
God.
Okay. Well,
love
grocery
malls.
store. It's small.
Mall would be really fun though.
It would be fun, but like
I'd use all the iPhones.
you're not gonna be having
out all
time
the-
to have fun, really.
Put on all the
Anything you
expensive
find in
clothes.
a mall, you
I
can take
feel like
back
you
to a grocery
will.
store and enhance your base. But like a
It is
grocery,
just a giant room, a grocery store essentially.
yeah, a mall is like a bunch of little rooms all too close together for my comfort.
Yeah, that's true. It's like imagine living in U-Haul.
But like you're gonna be living for the next
do that.
50 years. It's not like you're gonna be fighting
50
zombies
If you're lucky, dude.
straight for the
I
next
could
50
touch
years.
grass.
If you're
in a grocery
lucky.
Kenneth
store.
brought up a good point, like with the gardening section, like you could definitely grow your own food in like a Walmart or like a Target, like with
Yeah.
like just like
They
the
sell-
stuff
they
that's
sell, like,
there.
bags of dirt.
If you could definitely figure that out.
They usually also have like the chain link, like little outdoor green section, like the
Yeah,
little.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it's got a gardening section, that's usually like what you can
Yeah.
find.
And
Yeah.
Ralph's rotisserie chicken. Oh my god.
That would go bad quick, but if you ate it in like the first couple
Tastes
weeks,
so
Okay,
good.
Sure.
Ralph's is just a Giant because Giant has the best rotisserie chicken.
I feel like
Okay.
it doesn't. But okay,
move
airport
on.
versus hotel.
Airport.
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 yeah, most airports have a hotel within them. If you think about it.
That's
That's
true.
true.
You could live
I've
in the
never been to one, but that's
hotel.
true.
Airport.
I once stayed in an
It's
airport
airport.
hotel. That was pretty cool. They had like their breakfast, like their complimentary
Do you think, do you
breakfast.
think you could drive an airport? Like what if it
Drive
got,
an airport?
Like what if it got fueled up?
You
Wait,
can't
it's just-
drive a building.
You could
Yeah,
drive
wait,
a
what?
plane.
I've been down an airport. I'm airplane.
Yeah, you could
a
drive an
plane.
airplane
You
like
could
a
drive
car.
plane.
You'd but like that would be really risky. I would not trust any of y'all to drive me in a plane.
Well, the windows are super small, so you could like set it up like
Also,
you know how
it's
a
not-
ship can like
Also,
send out its
you don't
cannons.
have to avoid anything.
You could like become pirates if you got a crew
Everybody's
together.
dead.
But you still have to land it.
No, you don't have to go.
No,
in the
you
air,
can
just
drive it. You can
It
drive
has
it.
wheels.
Oh,
You could like
why
set
wouldn't
it
you
up.
get like a forklift or something? Like what? Like one of the other like cars that they have there.
Yeah.
A forklift's not gonna
Zombies
protect
on
you
it.
from zombies.
It's not
There's
that
no
fast.
Yeah, but like it has like the.
Yeah, it has a.
walls. I feel like if you're gonna take a vehicle out and you've got like a group of people that like is your band of
That's true.
survivors, an airplane would be fantastic.
Imagine looking like outside. It's just an airplane on the highway.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah, that would be. Fun.
Okay. Prison versus school.
What's the difference?
Tomato versus the pie.
What's the difference?
Like,
All the
like
same.
an American high school, like
versus an American prison.
Okay, but okay, see, like prisons have guns, but schools also have guns.
This
So,
but prisons
I'm
have cells.
Prison.
Prisons have cells,
It's
so it's
prison.
like
have you ever seen a
School has
classroom?
cells.
Have you ever seen a classroom?
like if you needed to. But what I'm saying is like if you like got attacked by rogues and you like sort of got them and like disarmed them and like you've defeated them. Locking them in a classroom is a lot
feel
less
like-
secure than locking them in a cell.
Also, but I feel like for my mental health, like prison would be so depressing. Like I
School
would
would be depressing.
No, I
School
would
would be
like
love
as
to
an,
live in
as
my
an
school.
environment. Like prison.
Your school was so good though.
Yeah.
Guys. When the lights turn off in like the prison cells, it is pitch fucking dark. Like it's gonna be like
That's true.
Pitch
ba-
dark.
Yeah,
it's
they
gonna
don't
be
have
maddening.
windows. You need windows for
Some
like.
have windows.
My school didn't have
happiness.
windows.
Some prisons have like. Have y'all seen the
What? Wait.
Your school didn't have windows?
Your school didn't have windows?
Some of the classrooms had windows, but some of them didn't. So, like, if you're in a classroom without windows, it would be because it's more secure to not have windows.
not with mold.
But like, well, the walls
That's
were
insane.
like brick. You don't get mold. They were like the
No.
cinder blocks that are painted white.
Okay, don't go to school
like,
in
it's
Philly.
a white
guys.
room. It's
Don't
like
go to school in Philly.
Yeah,
It's
you
not.
just
It's
send
the
it a
Philly
padded room.
suburbs. Like,
Don't go to school in the Philly suburbs.
like. So yeah, if a light turns out in that that classroom, it's dark. So if you choose a more secure classroom, the more secure the place, the darker it's going to be when the lights go out. You've just got to kind of expect that, and you got to just get a really good generator or one of those really good lanterns that like light up a room, or like a good flashlight.
But I feel like a school would have food. A school would have guns. A school would have cameras. You
Also-
can lock
No.
down
Okay.
everything.
When the
Oh,
lights
wait,
go out
but
at
the
night,
school has
it's
more
always going to be
No,
dark.
no, okay. I think these are just both very similar. Like they're both gonna have basketball courts. They're both gonna have like they're both
Yes,
gonna,
because that is the main priority.
they're both gonna have cafeterias. They're both gonna
Gyms.
have gyms. They're both gonna have like actually the school wouldn't have any beds really.
The school
unless
wouldn't have a
nurse's
gym.
office.
But you're not guaranteed like a gym,
Yeah.
like a weights room.
Yeah.
in a school.
You're not guaranteed that
my
in a
school
school.
My school had the.
But you're
Well,
not
yeah,
guaranteed
but
that in a
a
school.
prison would definitely have
A
it, and
prison would
it
have
just comes
it.
down to security. Like I
Prisons
think
have showers. Schools don't have
a prison's
showers.
a lot more
Schools
secure.
have showers.
No, yeah, locker rooms do.
What school
Yeah.
did you go to?
Our locker room for the girls was the old boys' locker room. So there wasn't any, like, there was, like, one stall for all the girls, like, 30 girls to use. And the showers were broken, so you couldn't use them.
We had
Like, you weren't-
we had 4 different locker rooms.
We weren't allowed to use the showers.
Well, actually, no. I think we had more. No, we had 6 because there was regular for gym class, boys and girls, swimming, boys and girls, and then
Y'all had a pool.
We had multiple
Football,
locker
boys and
rooms. It
girls.
was
Y'all had a
just the
pool?
girls' room was
Yeah.
a guys'
But
room at one point.
I don't
Even
know.
better.
I mean,
There's-
you
But
could
you're not-
just trap the zombies in the pool.
You're not guaranteed
They turn into the
showers
water
in a-
zombies from what are they
PvZ.
called? What are they called?
Plants vs Zombies.
All the
No,
stuff you're talking
Minecraft.
about in a
Oh,
school,
drowned.
Yeah.
all the stuff you're talking about in a school isn't guaranteed. But like
Well, we're
in a
going based off
prison,
of our high schools.
Yeah, if we go based off our high school.
If I
And-
combine my high school with your fence, it's unstoppable.
Also, the baseball team.
but your high school wouldn't have a fence.
You got baseball bats. That's why.
but also,
but a prison
schools-
has like batons. A prison has guns, like
prison
sniper
does
towers.
have,
It has like
Prison.
an
It's
outer
a
fence,
lot of
an
security.
outer perimeter.
Prison would have more security
Yeah.
than
and it has
an
all the
average
same
high
like
school.
it has all the same amenities pretty much.
Yeah.
Amenity.
Prison-
It is
Amenity?
prison.
It is
schools have a lot of
depressing.
entrances.
Guys, prisons are just better schools.
You sent the
That
kids to
is-
prison.
In terms of a zombie
In
apocalypse.
terms of a zombie apocalypse, prisons have all the amenities of a school, but they're better.
Yes.
Someone get Emma to
Okay.
be president.
Okay, what are you guys at? What are you guys
Prison.
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 at? Okay, prison. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe that was as long of a discussion as it was.
It was a close
I went
call.
to a good school.
Jay, your phone turned off. Did it die?
The portable charger.
Shit.
Can you put the portable charger?
Timestamp.
Yeah. 5130. It was at like 25. The portable charger was in there. I put it in.
Kenneth, what did you start to draw on the board?
A zombie.
This looks
Okay,
out
so
of place
we
now.
won't have it for this one. It'll probably turn back on for the next one, or we can just wait.
Why don't you just like? What if we just like took a picture of it? Like, and just
No,
updated
no.
it and just like
Yeah.
put it in.
Star transition.
It was prison. But wait. We can just turn it on.
Oh, it's on.
Okay, go to photos.
I'm just gonna check and make sure all the other ones are still going.
What time is it at right
I'm gonna watch TikTok. You wanna watch TikTok, Kenneth?
Sure.
Let's run our brains.
Zane.
What? What?
Time.
Oh. No, what time are we at on that thing?
52:54.
Okay, so do 50-49. 50-50. Okay, can you turn that off?
Houston, you have a problem. Duke has won.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going with prison.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So next we have house versus army base. Army base.
Army
base.
base.
Come on, son.
Sure.
Army base.
It's an army base.
Okay.
That's so
Well,
unanimous.
if you could get a tricked out mansion though, like
But like,
like
It'll
let's
be
say
more
let's say
comfortable
let's say
for
you
sure.
like your spawn, we'll call it, like in a zombie apocalypse, and you're near like you're in like Beverly Hills in those mansions and shit, like
It'd be
I think you-
comfortable. It'd be really comfortable.
they probably
It'd be
got
decently
electric
secure.
fences. Like, you're not making it over that fence. Actually, an army base probably would too.
Yeah.
but actually, a
turrets.
house would be more fun to live in.
I feel like
it would
low
be.
key-
Army
And
base? No.
and if we're
You're gonna
going
shoot shit up.
and if we're going like billionaire house, right? They definitely have a shelter.
And a bowling alley, and a skate park,
Oh,
and a basketball
wait a minute.
Wait, imagine if
Are
it
we
was like
revoking our vote?
a movie theater, like probably like and like DVD player, so you wouldn't even have to worry about Wi-Fi.
It'd be so much
imagine
more fun.
also if you were in like
Guys.
a mansion, but it was in like Alaska. Like, those zombies aren't getting to you
That's-
because
Yeah,
there's
that
none
too.
there.
Yeah,
Or
Wyoming.
like a house up in
or
the
Wyoming.
mountains.
Oh, one of
yes.
those mansions in Wyoming. Like,
you know, an army base will get
That's true.
unless you're Area 51.
You could just be like also too like self-sufficient. I feel like
you could.
That's true. You could have garden.
yeah.
A mansion
have
in
a garden?
Wyoming is the way to go. like
Yeah,
middle
'cause-
of
Guys,
nowhere.
guys, what are we
The
doing?
population-
Guys, what are we
the farms.
doing?
The population of Wyoming is like 500,000. Like there wouldn't be a lot of zombies there.
That's true.
There wouldn't be a lot of
Like, if you got a
zombies. You'd have space to farm for yourself. You can
Yeah.
trick out that mansion before any of the zombies hit you, and by the time they hit you, you'd be good.
Yeah.
I think it's house.
I'm Team House.
I'm
All
team
right.
Did I
house.
just
I'm team
Wow.
house. Oh my god! Thank you, Zane, for
what a
having us
reverse
talk
sweep.
about it.
What a reverse sweep.
Well, house.
House.
That's crazy. Wait,
Does House go all the way?
house might go all the way. The house in Wyoming, the mansion in Wyoming would be.
If you think it's just like
nice.
one
Yeah.
of those suburban houses,
Yeah.
never. But when you think of like a house,
It's gonna
like
take
a
a lot
good
of.
Like a
house,
good
I mean, it's
ass
less
house.
accessible. or
it'd
it's
take
less
a lot of
approachable.
work,
Yeah,
but it
it's a lot
would
of
be
work.
so good.
okay.
It take a lot of fighting too. For the
So
fucking
that was the
house.
end of round 2. Now we're moving on. Okay. So, in our final 4, the first matchup we have grocery store versus airport. Zane, what do you think? Okay, Emma, what do you think?
Airport.
Kenneth?
Airport.
Zane?
Grocery store.
Airport.
Okay.
Okay, why?
it once?
Do you wanna defend
Why?
yourself?
I've done it once. I'll do it again. Okay.
Oh, do
Alright.
it again.
Okay. We said earlier that you have to like clear out the spot, right? Like if you're gonna live there. Realistically, as a solo party, you are not going to be able to lock down an entire airport.
You could lock down part of it.
But you don't need to lock down an entire
What
airport.
part would you lock down then? Like, would you
Like
lock
a
down
terminal.
Where you come
like a
back,
terminal?
like where the food.
Or it could just be past security. Past
Yeah.
security.
I just don't think there's not a lot of farming potential because of a runway. So
You could break
you would
up.
definitely have to leave the airport.
Farm-
No, you
potential?
wouldn't. You wouldn't. You could get you know how they've got all those construction tools around airports? Like all you
where?
would need is like one of those. What are the things called?
Jackhammer.
A jackhammer, and you break up the runway, and then you can turn. It would take
But
a
there's
little
no
while.
way that like
You could
soil is
turn-
going to be very like good.
You
know what
could
I'm
get
saying?
fertilizer. You could get like a
Where
cow
though?
or something.
Like where are you gonna get
They're
fertilizer?
not gonna have
from an
fertilizer
Get some-
in an airport.
Not
You're
like-
you're gonna have fertilizer in a grocery store.
You'd have to bring in an animal, but like
Yeah, but we're assuming you can't do that.
Just
Why are
take
we
a
assuming
shit. The
that?
Martian, guys, the Martian movie.
I think it
Where
would
you
just
took a
be
shit and it made it into fertilizer.
if we're
Come on
talking
now.
that's true.
Come
Kenneth's
on
got
now.
a point.
if I have to do everything myself, right? Because that was our argument. That was one of the rules we
Okay,
set, and we had no one else helping us like lock down this airport. I don't think that's manageable. I think a grocery store would be a lot easier.
But
How do you
also-
become
It would be
self-sufficient
easier,
Airports-
self-sufficient in a grocery store or
in a airport?
in an
Okay.
airport? I don't think you could.
I think you could.
You could drive the plane.
You could, guys.
You could drive the plane for
Also,
sure.
All you would have to do is like lock down. You'd have to go out of the airport at least once to raid somewhere else to bring back some supplies. But once you do that, you could absolutely make an airport self-sufficient.
But I
And-
think we're assuming.
And it's a lot of guys.
It's
Remember
got-
that tower?
There's
Remember
also,
that
but there's
tower?
also like a lot of windows in an airport, and if you're trying to hide and a zombie just sees you prancing about in an airport,
You could
like-
find a place without the. Not
like-
in like if you go up in the tower.
Yeah, if you go in the
Well,
tower,
the
but
tower has the communication.
Tower has
Tower
communication.
has
but so,
communication.
Someone
but
could
like,
come in
a,
and
but
rescue you.
a grocery store would also like have radios.
No,
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 not
I've
like
never
a-
seen a
no,
grocery
it
store with
would.
radio.
But not
Sure.
like no. But okay, the difference between an airport radio and a grocery store radio is that the
Okay.
airport you could definitely contact someone.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
you can see
Also-
all the, like, trajectories
even
of
if you
planes.
live up in that like
Airports
radio,
have a lot of food.
if you but not a lot, like not like really
Airports have a.
compared to a grocery
Not,
store.
I'm not talking about restaurants. Airports have like multiple mini
like
grocery
peanuts?
stores in them.
You're gonna eat peanuts?
No. Airports have like grocery stores in them.
Oh, okay. Well, they have like those little like I guess gas station esque places, but like those are mostly just like drinks, neck pillows,
And snacks and things like that. Like you could
Snacks.
get
No,
food.
I've seen like more. Like,
While you're like
food-oriented
setting up
places.
your farm, you'd have produce, you'd have water, you'd have
I just don't think
snacks.
it's not realistic. Like as a solo, like I
I get what you're
agree.
saying.
If
It's-
you could do an airport like with like a good crew, like definitely the spot to live. Just of all the things you could lock down, but you're not locking that down like by yourself because you're
I
not.
think
Gonna,
you could
I don't think you could.
because everyone's going to be attacking the grocery store, and solo by
No,
yourself,
but
you can't fight off all those
airport,
people.
Ooh.
an
But
airport would
not
also be a
everybody-
hot spot.
I
for
don't
sure.
think an
It
airport's
would.
going to be a hot
No, it
spot.
would
Oh, it
because
would
there's
be.
going to be a lot of people there when it started, right? So there's going to be people like just already there.
Not
right?
if you think of if
There's
the
gonna be a
world
lot more-
shuts down like the COVID lockdown, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be at an airport. Nobody's gonna be thinking about the airports.
Ooh,
They're all
that's
gonna be staying
true.
at home. If you get there early,
No.
you could be the only one in that
Oh,
airport.
yeah, because if it's like
No.
a pandemic,
If it's like the pandemic, nobody's traveling.
travel is
No,
just
but it
shut
okay.
down.
I guess
I
it-
think that's the place where the
if the
least
zom-
amount of zombies will be.
if the zombie apocalypse started like from like an area that wasn't next to you, maybe people wouldn't be going to the airport. But actually, no, because if a zombie apocalypse started, I heard like, okay, let's say I'm in California, I hear a zombie apocalypse started in Texas, I'm gonna try to get on the nearest flight to the next continent, right? So I'm rushing the airport. I think a lot
At
of
the
people would,
beginning,
But who's
but-
gonna give you the flight?
and then at the beginning,
Afterwards,
at
the
the
flights
beginning,
are gonna
Emma, like let's say the infection, like you're most likely gonna get caught up in that, like at the beginning if you're trying to get to the airport. So it would become a hotspot. There
but-
would be a lot of zombies.
No.
there,
Do you
for
remember
sure.
with the COVID lockdown, right? There was like this deadly disease going around in California and Oregon, and I was on the East Coast, and we weren't too worried. Like we were like, this is probably going to come to us, but we have time
That's
to prepare.
different though. That's not
And
a
it
zombie
spread a lot
apocalypse.
faster
That's
than-
like that's
Just
like
wait, just let me.
okay.
It spread a lot faster than we expected, and before we even really knew what the disease was, it was at our doorstep, as you might say. And then the country went into lockdown, and nobody could get on any flights. So before you even thought of it, like,
But there's still people already on those flights. If a zombie apocalypse shows up on your doorstep before you even know it, it's not like
but
people
the flights
just
all got grounded. They all got canceled.
Also, if a zombie's not gonna be able to fly,
Because all the state borders were closed because
not-
states were
that's-
trying to
that's not what I
contain
said.
themselves. So all the flights got canceled. So, like, I think in the first couple hours there'd be a lot of people at an airport, but I think eventually they would leave.
no. But
because
if
there's
it's
no one
on the
to fly
doorstep,
the-
it's not realistic to say everyone in an airport would be able to get out without like a zombie like somehow messing that up. Because all it takes is one zombie, one person who's infected to infect the whole entire airport, and that place is like screwed. That's like a really hard place to lock down.
But
a grocery store
also-
realistically is gonna have like maybe like 100 to 50 people, like 50 to 100 people.
I don't know if
maybe
you've ever
200.
had like blizzard season, but whenever we know you might be hunkered down at at your home for a while, you go to the grocery store. One infected person,
that is true.
everyone in that.
I
and
mean,
the grocery
that's where
stores are gonna
everybody
be-
went for toilet
once
paper.
Once you hear about the apocalypse, everyone's gonna be pining for those resources. There
And
might
the-
not even be resources. in that
okay.
The grocery store could be
Guys.
wiped out by the time the apocalypse even really
That
starts.
is true.
Okay, what do you guys?
Airport.
I'm going airport.
Still grocery store.
I'm airport.
okay.
Will. Airport.
Airport support. All right.
I just think if we're talking about ideal situations, a grocery store would be better in terms of self-sufficiency and getting that stuff started up by yourself. Because there's just
That is
But
true.
there's
there's
not
no
like
there's
there's
no
seeds in a
realistic
grocery
way. I
store.
mean, I think you think you could like do a whole airport by yourself, lock that whole down by yourself. But I think we found that you're a little
Where are you-
egotistical.
Where are you
So
gonna?
I think if we're talking about y'all two, y'all would not be able to lock down an airport.
Oh,
by
I
yourself.
definitely
No,
would.
but I'm not doing the whole airport.
And I don't think you
Kenneth
could
and I
either. But I
I
together
would
don't think
do
you
the whole
could.
airport.
I could
would
ride a
not do the
plane,
whole
though.
airport.
I could
I would get a
drive.
shop
Yeah, you're
and
my
a runway,
co-pilot.
and I would turn the runway into a farm.
You wouldn't have like the shop is not going to last you a long enough time until you can start getting crop yield.
The
Like,
grocery
that's
store,
gonna
though.
take-
Okay,
that's gonna
okay,
take a
guys,
year.
guys.
grocery
guys.
stores can be empty, and there's no
Guys,
seeds in grocery
well,
stores
let's-
anyways. You
let's
have to
move
go
on.
out anyways.
Let's move on. Let's
Or
move
in
on.
grocery stores they are. I mean, but not in airports. Emma's stupid.
Zane's stupid.
Okay.
Shit.
Next we have prison versus house. Zane.
If we're talking my mega mansion for show house,
Kenneth.
my mega mansion up in Wyoming.
Ideal situation or like realistic situation?
Ideal.
Ideal situation. I'm going house.
I'm going with that Wyoming mega mansion.
I have to go with house too.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
ideal situation.
House.
House is like a sandbox. You could just
Realistic though. I feel like it'd also be good because then you go with Nick Offerman from The Last of Us. It's so much easier to be self-sufficient. Prison
yeah.
will definitely keep you
Yeah.
alive for 2 years max. You cannot spend the rest of your life in a prison.
I
Also,
think
like,
prison's more approachable though.
I feel like
No,
like at the
prison will
start,
keep you like.
but you have
prison
to
will make you
import.
insane.
That's true.
Before a house does, and also how are you gonna
You can't lock down a whole prison by
I
yourself.
feel like
Exactly.
a prison would
Prison
be like
will lock you
really
down.
depressing.
There's a reason why there
Yeah.
are prison guards.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we have our final two. You know what that means.
Final round.
In the finals, we have on the left side airport. On the right side, we have House. Begin.
Why are you like
Why not?
look like you're watching a tennis match?
Okay.
Because you're like looking at the board and then looking at the mic and then looking at the board and then looking at the mic.
We're
Okay.
nitpicking that.
Okay.
What's everyone thinking?
So house.
I think House is the
Have you
most
g-
like
I
realistic.
think there's this movie called This Is the End.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yes, I've seen this.
Zane, have you seen that?
No.
You would love this movie. It's like what's that day in the Bible where
Rapture.
like what
The Rapture.
is that? What it's called?
Like when
Yeah,
everyone
like the
disappears?
apocalypse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the good
the
end
people
of
go to
days.
yeah. Literally an apocalypse. It's about all of these very famous celebrities who play themselves who are too evil, and they are part of the apocalypse. You know how where they survive?
Where?
A mansion.
A mansion.
I feel like like if
A
you just
mansion is the place to be.
get control of a mansion,
I feel like an airport's too difficult.
a mansion is sustainable.
Because you're like, especially with Emma's argument, right? Yeah, a mansion is sustainable, but like an airport, you're saying that you still have to. I'm assuming that we cannot leave the building once we enter, right? And you're saying in order for an airport to be self-sufficient, right? Then we have to raid somewhere.
Well, I don't think
before we
there's
can do
any
that.
building on this list that you wouldn't have to go and raid somewhere else at least once.
I feel
like-
like a house.
That's true.
A house, you'd have to go out and get seeds to start a
No,
farm.
but what if a house already has fertilizer?
It would
Like a farmhouse.
You live in like
Yeah.
a big.
it would really
Exactly.
depend. And I think
That's the
after a
thing with-
while you would be able to go out on
Okay.
raids.
For a house, let's say we live in our own house. Just like as a
In my
bachelor.
own house, that would
Your own
suck.
house.
My own house, I'd be
Oh,
dead.
my own house, I would die.
Yeah, I live in an apartment. Like I'm fucked.
But in the ideal.
Okay,
The
okay.
house
That's the
has
thing,
kind of
though.
coasted through because we've given it like the ideal factor.
Okay,
That's
A
true.
lot of these situations, if we gave them the ideal factor,
Okay.
Yeah,
like-
if we're finding the best grocery store.
Okay, if
Like-
we're assuming, right, we're in this building, right,
Okay.
yeah.
we leave. It's 10 minutes, if 10 to 15 minutes car from to LAX. In the ideal house is 40 minutes, not including traffic,
What do you mean?
right? Because we have
Okay.
to go to Bel Air.
I would not want to mansion in LA. LA would be like the worst place to be in a zombie apocalypse.
You would have to, but
There's too
I
many
So
feel
then
like
you'd have to go like 2 hours. Santa Barbara has like mansions on hills. That would be the safest place.
Yeah.
But that's 2.5 hours
an
away.
airport you'd have to clear out though. I feel like
I mean, a house is so.
once
little.
you get through LA traffic, like that would be the hardest thing to survive, getting to a
But
house.
also, if you.
But an airport, you'd have to
Yeah.
survive getting rid of everyone else in the airport.
That's true.
But also, if the house is in a community, though, that's still a lot of
we-
people.
okay,
You would
What
have
if,
to
we're,
drive
what if
out
we're
of the
assuming we
communities.
go to the first
Yeah.
house right outside of campus?
L.
Oh, we'd be bad.
Total L.
We'd
It'd be so bad.
We'd
It would
be,
suck.
we'd be
If you
dead.
think about it, okay, in a zombie apocalypse, like a lot of people are going to be abandoning their cars, so it's not even going to be realistic to like drive out of here,
Yeah.
especially in LA, because there's going to be so many people just abandoning their cars.
So we
and the
would
roads
have
gonna
to
be
go to
blocked.
a house.
I think the play would honestly be to go to an airport, steal a plane, fly to Wyoming. But I would not
I-
want to stay at that airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assuming I can get to my
Yeah.
ideal
I bet we
spot,
could
like
get to LAX.
But
Fly a
it's
plane.
like the first thing. What's the first? You assuming you can't fly
We're not-
out
yeah,
of the
we're
plane.
living.
You have to stay. You have to go to either a house or a plane.
Low-key.
Starting now.
low key,
Where are you
a
going?
house or a plane.
those dorm rooms.
No, a house or an
Can I go?
airport.
Yeah.
How are you gonna live in the dorm?
No, but if you're looking for the most secure thing right away while you're waiting for things to sort of settle down.
Well, no, you have to go to
Yeah,
a place where you
dorm
can
would
live for the
s- a
rest
dorm
of your
would
life,
suck.
starting now.
Oof.
A house, probably. I mean, it would suck, but like, there's some decent enough houses. I think.
But what if other
in
people?
the
What
mountains.
but I feel like you're not as safe there. I feel like an airport would be more safe.
I feel like you could.
I don't think so. I think that an airport would be like way too packed because I think a lot of people would go
It'd
to
be
the
a lot more
airport.
area, yeah.
And like, if you just like, if we chose like a rent, like I guarantee you, no one's like running to like any houses that are near us. Like, okay, this is the place I need to go.
Yeah, but what if people have guns and shoot you while you're trying to get
We're in
into
California.
their house?
That's less.
But that's the thing.
likely.
It's like the
No,
people.
that's not
the
true.
People
People got
aspect,
guns in
the people
California.
element.
Really?
Like people are gonna want to protect their own property if they're in a house.
People will.
Yeah, people
That's
would
gonna be-
really
that's
want to
gonna be-
Right.
protect.
Airport,
like-
you're probably you're safer
Yeah,
from people.
Are you though? Because you're with more people, and when people are desperate and like because like the airport, there's gonna be a lot of people there, right? We're assuming like everyone's probably gonna be rushing an airport,
Well,
or at least
either
a
you're
good
gonna
chunk of people
you're
are.
either gonna get stabbed or shot if you try and enter a house.
'Cause people
Not
want.
not
No, that's not
necessarily.
true. As
not
long
necessarily.
as you're safe about it, if you
Considerations.
like watch out for yourself, you could be fine. An airport though, like if there was rioting, like a mob of people and there's
Yeah, that could
rioting
get
and looting
really
of
dangerous.
stores, like that's hard to get out of.
I'd say a house is more. Yeah, I mean, it's
I-
more of like a blank canvas. You
And
can
also,
put whatever
you could
need
try
to
and
do.
find a house where no one's home.
realistically, I feel like airport's more like. I
feel
think an airport's more safe.
I
But
feel
not
like it'd be
everyone in a
easy to find
is
a
gonna
house that's not-
shoot you, bro. Like, I think there's gonna be some humanity left. Like, I think I don't think just because you open someone's door and be like, ah, boom, boom,
I
you
wouldn't
know?
let anybody in. I wouldn't let anybody in.
I feel like if you
But
all you
you're
have
not
to do is
everyone.
look around for a garage without a car in it around this area, and then you'd be like, oh, they're not home, and you could go in.
Yeah, but
Honestly-
what happens when they come back?
Ooh.
Honestly, the strat, like the absolute
They might
strat.
not. They might not come back.
If something were to happen like here, I would book it towards like a dock, steal a boat, go down the coast.
The boat would be a strategy. Fish.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, a boat you can
You
be
could
self-sufficient. Yeah.
But we are getting away from a house and airport.
Yeah, I mean that is. Yeah, that
Okay,
is-
I just think like realistically, if everyone like people are gonna be bum rushing the airport, where you're not gonna be the only one with the idea of going to the airport.
That's true.
And like all the resources are gonna be stolen, and when resources are being stolen, it's gonna get chaotic, and a mob will definitely just happen.
yeah, I think.
And
the
like
ho-
you're not gonna be able to
yeah.
get a plane for yourself. Like there's just no way.
You could like house hop. You know what I mean? Like you could go from house to house and work your way down slowly.
Eat
Yeah.
what's ever in the fridge and the
Yeah.
Like especially if you're in a urban place like this, you could definitely house hop and then work your way out to those mansions and then out to like where there's no traffic and then maybe steal a car and get as far out as you can. Like a house would be a safer way of doing that. Once you go to the airport, you are stuck there forever.
That's true.
You know, like if you went to a house, you might not necessarily have to live there forever, but if you went to an airport, you're there for a while.
Yeah, and the house is more customizable than the airport.
And the dream is to get that mansion in Wyoming. If you could get that, that's going to be way
See,
better
you
than
have something
any
to look
dream
That would give you
scenario
something
in
to
an
work
airport.
towards.
That's hope. Yeah.
Yeah. Opportunity.
Okay. So house?
I go house.
House.
Nobody saw it coming.
Yeah,
House just went out.
I thought either. Well, we'll save our thoughts for after hours, which you can find at patreon.com/out on top, where you can please donate $2 to hear after hours. But yeah, well, that's our episode with house winning.
Would you live in a house in a zombie apocalypse?
Well, I mean,
Audience,
now I feel.
Would you live in a
Would
house in a
you?
zombie apocalypse? Comment down below.
Well, yeah. Do you guys have anything else to say?
My house would suck.
I think grocery store got snubbed.
Sure.
Okay.
Low-key, depending on the hotel, I would live in a hotel, but not one near here. I'd have to
Imagine
travel
like
to
a,
get to
like
a
an
hotel.
all-inclusive like resort.
Oh.
Like I'm thinking of like this like Cancun.
Oh,
Cancun.
You're doing backstrokes in the pool.
Oh,
while there's no
wait.
zombies out
Okay.
there.
You're like chilling on the ocean on like a private island. There's no zombies in sight.
Well, a yacht. A yacht is so
A
ideal.
yacht
Okay,
would be the way
okay.
to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
deal.
We'll talk about this in after hours, but
Yeah.
for now, good night, guys.
Good
Good night.